What is going on, fellas? And welcome back to the Director of Football, Journeyman, with colo-colo on Football Manager 2020, with me, Foggy Plays. Changing up the intro a little bit. Today we are taking on Universidad de Concepción, and then in the second part of this episode, we are going to be taking on San Luis de Quillota. Things have been rough so far. Since the last game you saw against Universidad de Chile, we went and beat Deportes Temuco 2-0. Missed a penalty fairly early on. Relatively comfortable game, I'd say. They had a player sent off after 38 minutes. We eventually broke the deadlock in the 63rd and then scored again in the 83rd. It's a little interesting. And then against Everton, we took the lead after 12 minutes, looked relatively settled until they scored twice just before, in the first half, and then second half there was like one highlight in the entire game, and it was terrible. And this is hard. It's been a time. So for the game today, we are lining up with a somewhat changed team. As you can see, playing an asymmetric style. Salinas picked up an injury. He is unavailable because of a hamstring strain. Zuniga is still injured with his hip injury. He's going to be out for another 2 months. Salaberry, annoyingly, picked up an injury. He has a twisted ankle. And Delgado is still out for 4 months with his damaged cruciate ligament, which is just not ideal. So we are going to start with Arturo in goal. Fuenzila is going to start at right back, as Saavedra has been playing at right back, but he's gone off the boil in the last couple of games. Cardozo is going to play at left back, because we literally don't have a left back other than Zuniga, and he is injured. Astorga and Gianto are going to start in central defence. Tapia and Figueroa are going to play as our DMs. Molina is going to play as the central midfielder. Paulo Aguilera is going to play at right back. What's your name? Jonathan Aguilera has been playing right back, but he's been recent in the last couple of games. Riquelme is going to start on the left, and Navarro is going to start up front because Riviera, bar that one goal he scored, has done nothing. So I have been considering playing 2 central midfielders and then an attacking midfielder, pretty much like this. But we don't really have an attack midfielder to play. So if we don't do well in this game, I might change it for the next match. Because, like I said, it's not been going well. We are pretty much non-existent in attacking. Bar Figueroa when he was playing as a Mazzella, because I have been playing this tactic just a little differently. It was just kind of the midfield was flipped. It's been I feel like the striker is just spending too much time by himself. I would prefer to have an inside forward on at least one of these sides, but nobody can really do inside forward. Inverted winger is complicated enough for a lot of our players. But the wingers, I might consider maybe Riquelme as the inside forward. This first half, nothing has happened. This one thing is about Figueroa is not really a DM, but I did decide to try play the same formation today that we've been playing recently, and it's not really worked. So I think we are just going to do this. Just put you as an inside forward because, why not? Pop you to be a winger on attack. Just put you on inside forward attack. Yeah, why not? Manislav is a player that I'm training to be an inside forward on the left. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it, but we shall find out at some point, probably in this game. Because as you can see, we've had a lot of shots. Not a whole lot has actually happened though. We do have a break now just after half time. Hopefully Navarro, moves. Riquelme lost the ball and then slid tackle to get it back, but just kind of kicked it towards their goalkeeper. I feel like we're hovering at this stage on the edge of being sacked. We're sitting on like a C, and it's not really getting better. Molina wins the ball back. Navarro just adamant he's not going to get involved in play. Just spent so long lagging behind. Riviera probably is the better option up front, but he has just been, like I said, non-existent in the majority of the games we've played recently. Doesn't help that we don't really haven't figured out our best team yet. Figueroa gets tackled. Can he get a second attempt? He does, and he hits the crossbar. Alright, bit of creativity, lads, come on. Nope, nobody. Okay, the forward line seem interested. Yeah, Navarro not having a great game. So I'm going to... Gianto just puts it over. Right, we're going to make a change. Navarro's coming off for Riviera. Figueroa is having a poor game. Do I take him off? Miguel Sanchez, who is now our backup left back because of Zuniga being out for the time being. Alright, that's a bit of passion, come on. Riquelme, you can come off from Manislav. Why not? Manislav's going to come on and he's going to score a goal because that's his job. Riviera heads over from like 2 yards out. We've had 4 shots on target out of 17. We are just... we're such a poor team. They've managed to boot it clear and Cardozo just left it. Sanchez, Molina, Riviera. Oh, he's offside. Oh! How far offside was he? Oh, he wasn't that far. Wasn't that far offside. Looks like they're playing with a higher tempo. What can we do, actually? Because I've gone kind of bare bones with all of this. We just play a bit wider, maybe. Distribute short kicks. Can't really do a whole lot more. Astorga. We have 5 minutes to try and salvage something more than just a draw against this team, and it's Manislav or Manoslava. So is this Figueroa stepping up to take the penalty? No, it is Tapia. I took Figueroa off, that's right. Tapia puts it away. I think we just go back to positive. I swapped to attacking because the fact we were doing nothing for so many games, and attacking doesn't seem to make a whole lot of difference. They've gone for a 4-2-3-1. Must be nice to be able to just swap your formation so instantaneously, but we have come away with a victory, which is nice. Okay, that was okay. Yep. Not my finest moment. Sees a clear out, did we? Did we? 12 players leave. Yeah, okay, fair enough. 12 players in 15 games or whatever it is. How long have we actually been here? $20 games. Used to be 15, wasn't it? We've won 9, drawn 2, lost 9. Okay. Well, it's just how it is. The C minus. See, that's the issue. Like the 3 defeats we've had, not great. They're happy with the sale of Richard Drogete, $250,000. Don't know how they're happy with the sale of him. Financial aspect. Fair enough. Right, we'll be back in just a second for the San Luis de Quintola, who, as you can see, 1 draw against the team we beat. So hopefully we can keep this good run of form going. Maybe it's a case that the players only play well when you're here, and that would be terrible feeks. We'll end up spending the rest of the season doing live comms. So, we will be back in just a second. Right, fellas, back now for the San Luis de Quillota game. At one point, we were up to 9, I think it was. It's still early days, so we're not too worried about it. They have been terrible so far, so I would expect us to win. They have drawn in their last game, so I feel like we have a chance. Our goalkeeper picked up an injury. It's a tight Achilles, I think it was. Yeah, a tight Achilles. So he's just going to play, because goalkeepers don't really need legs. He's playing as a goalkeeper, so he doesn't need to run around so much. Couple of changes for this game. Saavedra comes back in, just because Fundazilla. Actually, I'm going to put Manislav. Manislav, you're in. Get your boots. Cardozo is going to move over to play at centre back. Gianto is going to play. Not going to play. He's going to be on the bench. Burgos is going to come up. He's a no nonsense fullback who's going to be playing as a fullback today. We're going to playing a relatively normal midfield. Figueroa moves forward to play as a Mazzella. Paulo Aguilera is going to play as an inverted winger on the right, as he did in the last game, I think. Or was it the other Aguilera we had? I think it might have been the other Aguilera. Manislav is going to play on the left, as you saw. And Ricardo Riviera is back in for the game today. There's been no other injury concerns as far as I can remember, but hopefully playing an injured goalkeeper isn't a bad idea. I fail to see how it's a good idea, but they're also playing a very defensive minded team, and it looks like they're playing like a false 9 maybe. I'm just going to be aggressive and saying that go out and show them they're wrong. I'm not going to bother talking to anybody else. I'm not going to give them any individual team talks, because that does not seem to work with this team. So I'm curious what... Okay, they've moved it instantly. He's moving further forward. So we won't get to find out what he was supposed to be playing as. 5 minutes in, first highlight. So this is better than the last game. Riviera is playing against 9 men. Was that 9 men around him? Still managed to get a shot away. It's not terrible. Molina picks the very poor corner. Their midfield is very blocky. Playing with a defensive winger. Interesting. Their striker keeps moving, so we don't actually know what he's playing as. Aguilera, keeper pushes it onto the post, and the highlights ended. Oh. What are we... I feel like just being a bit more direct. Being more direct might be a good idea. We are doing something I don't normally do. We're playing with 2 playmakers. That's not something I'm a fan of, but needs must. Riviera, it is actually his second goal of the season, after I almost celebrated him score from an offside goal, which, you know, it's not like me to do something like that. But Riviera slots a past the keeper. Beautifully done. We're still going to make those changes. I think that proves like just kind of going a bit more direct is the way to go. Manislav, not really doing the business. I was hoping he'd be better. Burgos, all he's done so far is get booked by the looks of it. We have been dominant. They've had more possession, but when you've got 100 players in midfield, you're bound to have some bit of control over what's going on in the middle. They're probably just holding possession in this kind of, with their 3 centre midfielders. They do have Mazzella on attack, which is interesting. I wouldn't... Why play Mazzella on attack on the same side you've got a winger attacking? Why not have the Mazzella on the side where you have a defensive winger? Okay, this second half has really gotten away from me. Did not realise how long into the game we were. We're going to bring on Jonathan Aguilera, his brother. As we'll just call him his brother. He's not really his brother, but you know, the narrative. We're going to bring Sanchez on for. No, we're not. Not going to bring him on. We're going to bring Burgos off. Put Cardozo there. Burgos is going to move off the pitch. We're going to put Gianto in there instead. I feel like Gianto and Cardozo are fairly interchangeable. Gonna ask the lads a bit of creativity right at the end. You don't need to be creative. Alright, we've won 1-0. We're up to 7th. Played one game more than a lot of the teams around us. I'm going to say we got away with it today. Okay, this time I didn't make a complete fuck up of it. Passionately, well done. You did the business. And yeah, that's fantastic. We managed to win 2 games. Just, barely, but we won both games. This is probably the one time where youth isn't working in my favour. Normally when I play young players, we get some bit of good form. It's not so much now. I missed the days where we were winning games 7-0, even though it was a friendly against the Portes Colina, who are, I'm going to say like a 3rd division team. Maybe even, yeah, probably a 3rd division team. When are we going to come back? Very good question. Thank you for asking. I think we're going to come back in the next episode for Universidad Católica, because they are currently top, and Ado Italiano, because I feel like that's some sort of rivalry we're building here. Ado Italiano are a team that have been duking it out with us the last couple of seasons, and Universidad Católica is the team that almost won the league last year. Or did they? No, it was Universidad de Chile won it last year. Yeah. But it's been, the 3 teams have won the title for quite a while. 2015 was the last time a team other than one of us 3 won it. Cabracel. Is that the 2nd division? Yeah. The last team to win it that wasn't one of us 3 is currently sitting mid-table in the 2nd division. Or maybe lower mid-table. Anyway, as you can tell, we have been not great so far. We've managed to score 6 goals. It's actually not as bad as I thought. I felt like we'd only scored like 4, but 6, fair enough. Yeah, okay, actually, yeah. I forgot that we lost both those games, one by a single goal, and we scored them. Right, so as I said, the next one's going to be Universidad Católica and Ado Italiano. If you've enjoyed this one, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share with all of your friends, and I'll see you in the next one.